Hey, welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate if you purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be talking about a Rolex Oyster Perpetual, a day-date 36 with a complete yellow gold construction, champagne dial, index hour markers, reference number 118238. Now this is basically a new old stock, effectively. So this is basically sat in a time capsule, effectively, for many, many years. This is a V serial, I believe, so from the mid-2000s, so at least 15 years old. Alright, so we'll be going over the case, the dial, bezel, the crown functions, as well as the movement, and I'll be giving my thoughts on all of these features, including the bracelet and the wearing experience throughout the video. Alright, so starting off with the case, we are at 36 millimeters from finger to thumb. That's the diameter. You have the monoblock middle case with the screw down case back, and the Rolex winding crown, all ensuring the water resistance down to 100 meters or 330 feet. You also have a scratch resistant sapphire crystal on the front with the Cyclops lens for easy reading of the date. And on the fronts of these lugs, you have the high polish with a nice high polish along the sides as well of this case, contrasting very nicely with the integrated bracelet into the lugs there. On the front of the case, we have this yellow gold, matching yellow gold fluted bezel, which was originally made for the purpose of screwing directly onto the front of the watch in order to maintain the waterproofness, but modern advances have made it, well, not all really that necessary, so it's sort of there as a mark of distinction, so you know that you're dealing with a Rolex. It's always made in gold, so in this case, yellow gold to match that of the case, the bracelet, and the dial. Speaking of the dial, we have what is known as the champagne dial with that sun ray effect, or sunburst type of effect, giving it that radial glow, radial pattern, depending on the lighting in your area. All right, and also on the perimeter of this dial, we have sort of like that railroad track type of minute and second track with the Roman numerals, so there's absolutely no confusion with your index hour markers for the hours. You also have the date aperture at the 12 o'clock and the date aperture at the 3 o'clock, right? So, and also the added benefit of having index hour markers with this model is that you have the luminescent display on those markers, so you can easily read this at night, all right, or in any low light situation. So you can see the hours and minute hands glowing quite radiantly along with the rest of the index markers, the ones that actually do exist on the dial, the 12 and 3 being taken up by the day and date respectively. Okay, and now turning on the lights here, we can actually see how this all works. Let's focus back in here. Okay, now simply unwind the crown to the first position. This allows you to wind the watch, so if you're at a dead stop, about 20 to 30 full winds is all you need to get to your full power capacity. All right, pull the crown out to the next position, and now rotating it clockwise will advance the date at the 3 o'clock position by 1. It's about a quarter turn to advance the date. All right, so rather easy there. And if you rotate it counterclockwise, you can advance the day up at the 12 o'clock position. All right, now keep in mind this is an older style movement, so it's best to do so between the hours of, say, 8:30 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. Don't do it between 6:30 p.m. and 8:30 a.m. because the day and date change function within the movement is actually engaged, so it's very likely that you could end up potentially damaging or even breaking the movement on the inside. All right, more on the movement in just a second. All right, also, if you find yourself on the 30th of a month, you can simply just wind the date forward to the 31st, and then when midnight rolls around, you'll then end up on the 1st of the next day. All right, nice and easy there. Okay, now pull the crown out to the final position. This allows you to stop the seconds hand, allowing for that hacking function, so you can then adjust and place the minute hand precisely wherever it needs to go. Now, the best way to do so is to actually go backward in time and then slowly move the minute hand forward to wherever it needs to be placed, right? And when you press the crown in, there won't be any slight or sudden jump of that minute hand forward, so you'll actually have a nice placement of that minute hand, right? Little pro tip there. Screw the crown back in for that superior water resistance. Nice and easy. All right, now when it comes to how all this works, it is the in-house made caliper 3155, which beats at a frequency of 28,800 vibrations per hour or 4 hertz. It has the plus or minus 2 second per day time differential, which exceeds Swiss standards of timekeeping. Gives it that superlative chronometer certification as printed on every Rolex dial, guaranteed after casing. They also have the 31 joules with a total approximate power reserve of 48 hours. So this one you can set down for 2 whole days, but you know, you can, well, actually I don't know if you'd want to wear this every day, but if you wanted to, you can do so with no real consequence to the timekeeping abilities, because the internal bidirectional rotor will keep the watch wound after having wound the clasp. All right. We also have the Paraflex shock absorbers and the Parachrome blue hairspring, which allow for, you know, magnetic resistance as well as some slight bump in shock resistance. So it'll be keeping track of time just fine. No need to worry about the timekeeping ability of this watch. Now, zooming out a bit, we have the President style bracelet on this one. All right, as is standard with day-date watches. All right, so you have the 3-piece links across with the semicircular link form, right? All solid all the way through, so you get your solid gold content there. High polish down the center links with satin brush finishing on the outer links, and a high polish finishing on the very edges of those links. Right? Now moving down to the clasp, you have what is known as the concealed folding crown clasps. Now what that is that essentially you can't see where the opening is unless you know exactly where that Rolex crown is. That's the only little feature that shows how to open it, and in order to open it, just simply lift the top of the crown and it opens nice and easy. You see the stamped Rolex logo on the inside, along with all the hallmarks, showing you that you are indeed dealing with gold here, right? Precious metals. And speaking of hallmarks, there are hallmarks on the underneath each lug here. All right, you can't see all of the details in there because, well, even though it is a macro lens that I'm filming with, it's not quite all that powerful to pick up all these subtle details within these hallmarks, but they are under the lugs, so that's one good feature for, you know, determining the authentication for your Rolex Day-Date in gold. All right. And now while in here, I can try it on and give you my thoughts as to how it wears on the wrist. Now again, this is new old stock, so this is a full bracelet here, 24 links in total, and so I have plenty of space here, plenty of links that I can still remove. All right, but anyway, all right, if you know me from my videos at least, you'll know that I actually do very much like these 36mm watches, and certainly not an exception here, because even though it is yellow gold, it's not something that I would personally wear. It is an excellent size for this this watch here, and you know, for a very, very special occasion, I would certainly wear this. Meeting where you just need to flex and just establish yourself, assert yourself, and this would be a really good way to do so. Right? If you have a wrist about the size of mine, like 7 inches, 18 centimeters in circumference, 36mm is sort of that sweet spot, because you do get a good framing of the bracelet. You can actually see the bracelet when you're looking at the watch face on, as you can see here. Very good sense of balance between the dial with the case and the bracelet. So very, very good, just overall compositionally, visually pleasing, and it just feels good, because also with my wrist at least, it sits very nicely on the very top. There's not that much overhang of the lugs, and it doesn't exceed the horizontal distance of my wrist, so that's not an issue there. And when you have this actually fitted to you, it will actually hug the wrist a little bit better. And even then, the President style bracelet gives you the best of both worlds in terms of the strength of the Oyster bracelet with the 3-piece links and the breathability and just supple and just comfortable feel of the Jubilee style bracelet, which is the smaller semicircular links but 5 links across, right? So very excellent feel here and a very good overall wear. A little bit heavier in the case because you do have solid gold in this case, whereas even though all of these links are also solid gold as well, it's not quite enough to counterbalance that of the case, but still overall incredibly light wearing on the wrist. It also has a very nice profile so that you can then slide it underneath the suit cuff, no problem there. And the sapphire crystal will keep it nice and scratch free. No need to fear you know, scratching the crystal with the suit button or threads. All right, so enough of what I think. What do you guys think about this watch? Even though this is an old style model, this may be one of the last day dates with this reference number 118238 in the world in this condition. It's basically been stuck in a time capsule this whole time. So yeah, let us know what you think about this watch and down in the comments below. Be sure to like, as it helps us out. Be sure to subscribe as well, hit that bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch or any other watch, visit our store and visit us in our online store, at jazztime.com. Links in the description below. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.